Good afternoon. England have won their opening match at the World Cup in Australia. The final score 1-0 in Brisbane. But if anyone thought playing Haiti at their very first World Cup would be easy, they were wrong. The debutantes were pretty impressive, and at times England's defence looked vulnerable. The match had plenty of VAR action and some penalty drama too. Amy Lewis was watching.
The Lionesses launch their latest legacy.
They arrived hoping this is the start of something very special. England might be European champions, but now they want to conquer the world. The contrast in these teams could hardly be greater. England, one of the tournament favourites, were facing Haiti in their first ever World Cup match. But in the early exchanges, they were proving to be tricky opposition. This challenge on Lioness Chloe Kelly led to the video assistant referee being consulted.
My decision is no penalty kick.
But then VAR was consulted again and played a hand in England being awarded a penalty.
But we're at a World Cup now.
Georgia Stanway had scored all 7 of her previous spot kicks.
No, it's a brilliant save.
But the goalkeeper was off her line.
Take 2.
And Stanway had a second chance.
It is World Cup lift-off.
Back home in Croydon, the fans were on their feet and the Lionesses were in the lead. After the break, Haiti came out fighting.
The chance! Save from Ops.
But neither side could make it count.
There is the full-time whistle.
So it finished 1-0 and England are on their way.
It was really scary because I thought that the other team was going to win, but turns out we won anyway, so it was really fun and amazing to watch.
It was a good game, good physical, yeah.
But we probably should have got some more goals, really. And sometimes the defence was a little bit lacking.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of chances that we could have
let them through.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, we didn't play their best. So Haiti, you got to give respect to Haiti, they played well.
So the Lionesses have overcome their first hurdle in their attempt to finally get their hands on football's ultimate prize.
And Amy joins me now. Amy, that wasn't straightforward, was it? And Haiti are not going to be the biggest challenge that England face. What have we learnt from today?
Well, the positive is it's job done. They've got the first game out of the way, but I think they were expected to win much more comfortably than that. As I mentioned there, that's obviously Haiti were in their debut in a World Cup match, and England had never even faced them before, but they were much stronger than expected. Sarina Wiegman, the England manager, will want to see her side, I think, being a bit more controlled with the ball as we move through this tournament and as they settle in to it, England. Next up, they face Denmark. That will be on Friday. So they now have 6 days rest, but that is expected to be a much tougher test. OK,
for now. Amy, thank you very much. Another national rail strike is on today on one of the busiest travel days of the year. Just as the summer getaway begins, thousands of rail workers have walked out in a long-running dispute over pay and conditions. Here's Jay Akbar from Euston Station in London, normally one of the country's busiest.
We say this every time, but it will always be strange seeing Euston this empty on a Saturday. Unfortunately, that translates into holiday plans derailed.
It's made travel a lot more stressful, trying to find any ticket to get up to the Lake District.
We're going to Birmingham because we're flying out today to go to Mexico, so we're hoping that our train is not cancelled.
I was going to be travelling back to Motherwell, but I'm having to get a train from here at Euston to Glasgow and have my husband come and pick me up, and it's probably added about 3 or 4 hours.
It's disappointment for the millions hoping to get away today because 20,000 members of the RMT union are on strike. They will be again next Saturday. And this is, of course, all part of their long-running disputes with the government over pay and conditions. That was made much worse by controversial plans to close most ticket offices. Well, the union says it's willing to hold out for as long as it takes.
This is going to end when we get a settlement that our people can support in a referendum vote. But until then, these people are determined, and so are we. We're going to keep going until we get a fair deal. What we're after is protection of our jobs, guarantee of job security, and we need a pay settlement.
It's a familiar soundbite and a familiar sight here, and one, unfortunately, we're likely to see more of because the RMT union does have a strike mandate until October. The government says it has sat down with the unions and made improved pay offers, but the deadlock remains, as does the prospect of more strike action.
Jay Akbar reporting from Euston Station. Now, with the disruption on the rail network, there are more cars on the roads, and today is expected to be the busiest travel day of the weekend. And many of those travellers may have been boosting the profits of supermarket petrol stations. The RAC says the big supermarkets' profit margins on fuel have more than doubled since the start of the war in Ukraine. Police have launched an investigation after a football match was interrupted by two vehicles driven onto the pitch. It was half-time at Gateshead when a hearse and a car broke into the ground. The drivers then fled. The match was abandoned. A music festival in Malaysia has been cancelled after lead singer of British band The 1975 attacked the country's anti-LGBT laws on stage. Matt Healy then kissed bass player Ross MacDonald in front of the crowd. Organisers ended their set in Kuala Lumpur early. And the former Labour MP Ann Clwyd has died at the age of 86. She represented the Kennan Valley constituency in South Wales for 35 years. She became the oldest woman to sit in the House of Commons before standing down in 2019. Finally, Prince George, the King's grandson and second in line to the throne, is celebrating his 10th birthday today. Kensington Palace have released a new photo to mark the occasion. Here is George on the steps at Windsor. And that is it from us for now. Bye-bye.